So the financial aid office is located in the Sync building on the main campus. We have 3 people located over here at this office, and as of right now, we have 1 person located over at our Transylvania County campus full-time. So we do have people available at both of those campuses who can talk to you. We are available by phone, by email, by text, and I'll put our text number in the chat box whenever I'm done. And if you do need to talk with one of us and you feel more comfortable doing a video conference, we can certainly do that. Some of you may have seen me kind of laughing a few minutes ago. If I would have started my talk with you all about 5 minutes earlier, I actually had a student calling in for a video conference about 3 minutes before Jason got done. So we are also available by video conference if that is a need of yours. So I want to talk to you a little bit about applying for financial aid, the types of aid that are available to you as a student here at Blue Ridge, and then just answer some general questions. If I have time, I'll show you a couple things on the website as well. So many of you may have heard of the FAFSA. It stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. That is the financial aid application. That is what you submit to see if you're eligible for any federal or state financial aid. I'm always surprised at how many students do not submit a FAFSA. Just to give you an idea, last year during the 1920 school year, the average amount of grant money that a Blue Ridge student received was $3,598. So that is a lot of money. You can't get that money, however, unless you apply to see if you're eligible. So the FAFSA is the application you submit. You submit it online at FAFSA.gov. I will put that email address, that web address in the chat box whenever I'm done. But it's not too hard of an application. We are happy to help you if you do need some help filling the application out. But with that application, you automatically are processed to see if you're eligible for any federal grants, which we have 2 that we process here at Blue Ridge. The most common one is the Pell Grant. I think many of you have probably heard of that. But it also is used to see if you're eligible for any state grants. We have 3 state grants here at Blue Ridge. It's used to see if you're eligible for any student loans. Student loans are completely optional. You choose whether you want to take those out or not. And it's also used to see if you're eligible for work study. Work study is where you can apply for a part-time student job here on campus. But the key is the grant money. Grant money is aid that you do not have to repay. It's gift aid that is given to you from either the federal or the state government. So you must certainly want to apply, even if you're not eligible. You never know. You may be eligible and not even realize it. One misnomer that I do want to throw out there is you do not have to be full-time in order to receive financial aid. You can be part-time. Absolutely, you can be part-time and be eligible for financial aid. So that is a very common misconception about financial aid. I want to make sure that I throw that out there. Scholarships, that's another very popular form of financial aid that we strongly encourage students to apply for scholarships. They do not fall under the FAFSA, even though some scholarship organizations do request that you submit a FAFSA. But scholarships are separate. Some are merit-based, some are academic-based, some are completely off the wall. I've had students in my classes, I teach ACA, I've had students in my classes who received a scholarship because they were tall. I've seen scholarships that you can receive because your heritage is Irish. There are all kinds of scholarships out there. So I'm going to try to share my screen. Let me see if it'll work. Let's see here. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see the scholarships page. If you cannot, if somebody can let me know. The scholarships page, the way you get to this page, if you go to pay for college, and then you see there's a scholarship tab or link, that takes you to scholarships, okay? So the scholarship screen, let's see if I can scroll down a little bit, Any scholarship that comes into us that is local, regional, or state-based, we post on here for you. The very first scholarship that you'll see here is our Educational Foundation scholarships. I believe we have close to 400 of those. Those scholarships go only to Blue Ridge Community College students. So if you have not submitted an application for the educational scholarships, 90% of them have already been awarded, but we do have some that have not. I do encourage you to go ahead and apply, because there are scholarships that are specialized. There are scholarships that will need to be reawarded because students can't come for whatever reason, but you have the opportunity to apply. A little bit further down, we have listed North Carolina scholarships. We have scholarships from outside organizations that we've been notified about. And then down here, near the bottom, we have scholarship search site engine links. So all of these links are for scholarship search databases where you can go and search for your own scholarships. There are hundreds of thousands of scholarships out there, and of course, we only hear about a few of them. So you can go and do your own research for scholarships. What we tell students is anything that makes you unique, use that to search for scholarships. So, you know, your major, your career field, your heritage is a big one, hobbies, any civic organizations that you're involved with. There are lots and lots and lots of scholarships out there. So that's one of the ways that you can research scholarships. Let me see if I can not stop sharing. Hold on just a minute. I'm not completely sure how to stop sharing. Stop share. Okay. All right. So just wanted to show you those couple of things. Textbooks, I do want to mention that if you have already been awarded financial aid, you can use your financial aid in the Blue Ridge the Blue Ridge bookstore to purchase new or used textbooks, and you can also rent textbooks with your financial aid. So the way that you would do that, when you go to check out at the cashier in the bookstore, just let them know that you want to use your financial aid, and they can charge that against your financial aid. Refund checks, this is a big question that students have. Your tuition and fees are always taken out of your financial aid first. Then you have the option, if you want, to use the financial aid to purchase textbooks. And then whatever financial aid is remaining in your student account is refunded to you. You can use that refund for living expenses, pay your rent, buy your groceries, put gas in your car, whatever you need. But you also can use it for any other educational expenses that may come up. The refund checks for the fall term, the first batch, will be mailed out September 30th to the address that is on record for you with the college. So that is a very common question. When am I going to get my refund checks? So September 30th is when those will be mailed. Last but not least, or actually, I'm sorry, not last but not least, two more things. Grades. Grades do affect your financial aid. So as you're just starting out this first semester here at Blue Ridge, if you find that you're not doing well in a class, or you're struggling, or something is going on, you know, in your personal life that's making it difficult for you to keep up with your classwork, please, please, please come and see our office if you have financial aid before you withdraw from that class. Reach out to and utilize some of those resources that we've already talked about, the Student Success Center. Contact your instructors possibly for assistance with, you know, tests or assignments or whatever. If you need some help, please reach out, because anytime if you withdraw or fail a class, it can affect your financial aid. So it's very, very, very important. Last but not least, I do want to mention child care grants. If you have children from infant up to about 5th grade that are in child care, it can be daycare, it can be a private sitter that you're paying to watch your children, it can be an after-school program, although I guess right now we don't have after school. But if you have children that you're paying for child care while you're in school, we do have a child care grant. It is from the state, and applications are available online. On our website, and they are also available in our office. I will show you, let me pull my share screen back up one more time, and I'll show you where you can find all of our forms actually, but the child care grant form as well. If you come to paying for college and click on financial aid, and then right here, financial aid forms. Let me see if I can get that moved up a little bit more. Financial aid forms. You click on that. This takes you to all of our forms. If you've been chosen for verification or anything else, you can come here and see all of our forms. But this right here is the child care grant application. So there's paperwork that you have to complete. There's also information that your child care provider has to complete to be considered for that child care grant. The funds are limited, so we do ask if you want to apply, you do try to apply as soon as possible. And the very last thing I want to show you on this page, if you have documentation to upload to our office, say tax returns, any of these forms, your child care grant form, documentation that we have asked for, you can do that with the Submit Documents button here on the Financial Aid Forms site. That is a secure way that you can submit your documents to us. So no one else would be able to see your documents other than us.